Comes with the same stuff. Welcome back to D-Tech, guys. So in today's episode, we're going to go into the SX clone for the Lite, the Switch Lite. Pretty much works the exact same way. Some software differences, but pretty much the same. So if you like videos like this that are pretty informational, consider subscribing. It helps out the channel a lot, and I can bring out more content for you guys. So let's get into it. So comes with the same stuff. In this one, again, there is no box, no fancy box. It just comes in these two. And you get, here's the main portion. And it all is the same. The only thing that even looks a little different is the chip. It doesn't have the SXT on it like the last one. This one you can actually read the chips code, I guess you could say. It's some ARM chip, and it has the description stuff on there. You have this little adapter, quick solder thing, and this portion that goes on the CPU that connects to those little resistors or capacitors, and they all work the same. And then you also have this USB cable thing for flashing. Now it already has the NX spacecraft on there, so you don't have to actually really do any flashing. It's almost just works right out the box. So with that, that's the portion of this. Unfortunately, it's not like the SX core, which has you can actually detach it. So the one console that I have, a Switch Lite that has it already, has the original in there. I can't really take it out because it's part of this board actually gets soldered to the motherboard. So all right, so this switch right here, I did a shell swap on for a customer and looks pretty good. But this one I had previously installed SX Lite on there, the original. So this will be our original, and this one has the clone in it. So we're gonna pretty much do a comparison. Just like the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, I will put a link to it so you can watch it if you want. And just want to show you guys, pretty much do the same stuff. So that's what you get. You get the SX boot logo, just a boot.dat saying that, hey, there's no SD card in here. And on the clone, you get this one. This is the NX spacecraft. It's a little game thing you can play if you want. It's pretty cool, actually. But that's only the difference. If you don't boot with the SD card, it's kind of how you can know which one you have. Now, it is possible that you can have this screen with the original SX Lite. Reason for that being is once you hit firmware 11.0.1, SX OS no longer supports that, or it's not been updated to support it. Probably won't ever see an update. Who knows? So a lot of people have been flashing Spacecraft NX to the SX original, the SX Lite originals. So you can see it for the higher firmwares. So this is just an original. Person kept it on there, so we're gonna leave it at that. And let's get into the next part. And just like in the last video, we're going to just do a quick test to kind of see about how long it takes to boot up and the boot difference. So, of course, the original, and this is the clone. And just gonna... Now, this one actually has some random boot times. Now, I've had it take from a couple seconds like this one this time, and I've had it where it's almost taken almost a minute. So your results may vary. It just seems like it's random. Don't know if there's like a programming sequence that it has to maybe do where it possibly gets more and more data over time to kind of see what works best and goes from there. But this one actually loaded up pretty fast. So take this card out. And as you can see, on atmosphere, that comes into view. There we go. So that one didn't take that long. Actually, let's try it again and see what happens. So you can see on this one it's taking a lot longer. If you ever want to know if it's working or not, you can look in the SD slot and you can see that light and see if it's blinking. If it's flashing at the beginning, then it's working. When it's green, that means it's finally glitched. So this one took about 42 seconds about to start up. The other one was faster. But yeah, there's kind of some of the two different boot speeds. SX OS just boots pretty fast. Unfortunately, Atmosphere does not, with that whole sequence of whatever it does. So just something to be aware of when you use one of these. It just may take a little bit to load up. So I did want to check out and see which clone would boot up faster. This is a V2 switch with the clone in there. If you want to see this video again, I will link it. And this again is just this one that we just did. And we're just going to test the times. They're both clones, and just to see what's going on. So now these will both take a little longer than the originals, but this time they're actually pretty close. Let's see how long they fully take to load up. So the light is actually already loaded up. We're still stuck on the atmosphere screen for the original. Now I've had it where it's the other one's gone faster than this. So yeah, this time it looks like this one was a lot faster than this one over here. I don't think that that's every time what's going to happen, but it probably does seem that the light is faster. I don't know the details of that. Could be a bunch of variables, could be the clone, the chip itself, could just be how it runs, could be something internal to the code on the actual motherboard and the whole glitching process. It could be your SD card. It could be a bunch of things. So I just wanted to show that. So the last thing to talk about is the price, which the Lite, I believe, was actually more than the Core clone. So this one cost me $188 USD, and it's a lot of money considering that you can get a Switch Lite for $199. So is it worth it? That's up to you again. For what most people use these chips for and what they do with them. If you look at that kind of stuff, then honestly it probably is. But compared to what the original SX chips were like, it's a very high price point. Some things that are probably going to determine whether that price goes up and down is supply and demand. So if people aren't buying them and there is no demand for them, then they're not going to go down. They may actually go up, possibly. If a lot of people have been buying them and they make another batch and they make a lot more, we may see a decrease in price, but there's going to have to be quite a demand for it. And with a lot of consoles being modded or have been modded with the originals, that knocks out all those consoles. So it will be an option for the V2 switches and the Switch Lites. So that will be pretty much, if you want it, it's going to cost you. And that's just the price of the chip. If you are going to have someone also install it, that's going to cost you as well. So just getting the SX Lite into a Switch Lite will probably cost you more than a Switch Lite. So kind of inconvenient, but if it's really what you want, it's what you want. I like to use these consoles for some of my older game systems, like Super Nintendo. I love Super Nintendo. And it's a lot easier than carrying my Super Nintendo and my physical games. So to me, it's worth it. But for everyone, it's up to you. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Put in the comments below. I try to answer every single one of them that I can. Again, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps this channel a lot and it helps me grow, helps it get to other people so other people can see this content. Also, I want to start posting some other content, not exactly Nintendo Switch related, but some other game systems and some other projects I got going on. So I want to cover a lot of things electronics, and that's it for this